saat ini saya bersama dengan Dior Lowhorn, pemain yang memperkuat tim Satria Muda di IDL dan juga Pelita Jaya. Dan kini sekarang Dior sekarang berada di Meksiko untuk berlaga di Liga di Meksiko. Dior, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
Also,
real good. Good to see you, man.
Also, ¿cómo está?
Bien, man. Bien. Mucho bien.
Mucho bien. Hey, I look up at your Instagram, and you guys just started the season, right, in Mexico?
Yeah, we just started. It's a short season, but we just started 2 weeks ago games. So we played 4 games so far.
Okay. And one of these games, I think yesterday or the day before, you played back-to-back games against the same team?
Yeah, we played back-to-back. So the way the schedule goes here is there's 20 games literally in 6 weeks. So the regular season is only 6 weeks long. All the games, so there's 2 divisions. There's 5 teams in one division, like the red division, and 5 in the white. So basically we play, no, I take that back. There's 6 in each division. So you play every team 4 times. You play 5 different teams 4 times for 20 games. You play 2 at your home and 2 at theirs. And then you play 5 different teams, so that's 20 games. But the trick is every game is back to back. So like our last game was our home opener. You play the same team back to back. So like that one was, I believe, Friday, Saturday. So yeah, everything's back to back.
So how's you look a lot better now, Dior. I mean, you shed some weight, and then you look a lot faster, a lot mobile than previously.
Yeah, also, man. I don't know, when the Corona thing happened, like, so honestly, I'll just tell you the truth. So like I got back home in March from the IBL, and like the first 2 or 3 months, I couldn't really do anything. And like what happened was it was kind of a wake-up call. I put on more weight the first 2 or 3 months, and I went to go play like an open gym or something, and like he's an NBA coach trainer now. He used to be the assistant coach at Denver Nuggets with Brian Shaw, and now he just works out Damian and DeMar DeRozan. And basically I was at an open gym, and he was just like, I did good in the open gym. There's a lot of NBA players there, Jabari Bird, Ivan Rabb, like a bunch of dudes in Oakland at an open gym. Like this was back in like May. And he just came over to me. He's like, D, you got to lose some weight, man. He's like, looks like you put on some weight during the Corona thing. And basically that was like a wake up call. Cause like I said, the first 2 or 3 months I wasn't doing nothing. And it took for me to basically not do nothing, to go to a workout, for somebody that I respect to say that to me, and I took it to heart. So like literally from June till August, for like 8 to 10 weeks, I literally was on the grind. Like I was on fucking like a 1,000-calorie a day diet, meal prep thing I was doing for 60 days. I was working out 5 days a week with Milo Academy. He's a really good trainer. He's out in South San Francisco. He's a Filipino guy. And I was working out for about 8 weeks straight, 5 days a week, with like Justin Brownlee, Orlando Johnson, Will Cherry, just a bunch of like either ex-NBA or overseas guys, high level. So between the diet for 60 days and then the working out for 60 days, I was able to get down to a weight that I haven't been in 7 or 8 years. So I literally lost 25 pounds. So yeah, like right now I'm like running and jumping like I haven't done in 7 or 8 years. Like I it's almost like I got the fountain of youth again a little bit. When I came to Mexico, it's kind of tough to keep my diet going with the food here, but we train so much here that I'm probably not as slim as I was like about a month ago, but I'm nowhere near what I was in the Corona and like PJ. Like I'm still like probably 15 pounds less than PJ and 15 or 20 less than the Corona. So I probably gained 5 or 7 pounds back. But my point is that like running and jumping and in shape, I haven't felt this great in 7 or 8 years. So yeah, I'm in better shape, man.
Well, what does the 1,000 calories looks like? Can you break it down? What kind of diet do you do in the 1,000 calories?
So there's a guy in where I live in Hollister. It's called Prep Club Society, and basically what it is like he's got a bunch of different meals, but basically you can either have red meat, you can have ground turkey, you can have salmon, you can have like a wrap, you can have like fruit and granola and a yogurt. But basically he does it where he shows you can either order a half portion or a whole, but he lists everything he does, he weighs it and he portions it. So when you get the order and when you see it online, you see the exact amount of calories that you're taking in. So like when I was doing it, I was doing 4 meals a day, but each meal was anywhere from 250 to only 320 calories. So, normally I would, if you eat McDonald's or something, you're already at 1,500, 2,000 calories just on one little meal. Now I'm eating 250 to 320, and I'm eating small meals like every 4 hours. So I'm eating 4 meals a day that are 250 to 310 calories, So I'm only eating what I need to burn when I work out. Like I'm not taking in excess calories. So now I was in a calorie deficit because I was actually burning more than what I was taking in. So it took my body some adjustment. The other thing that helped me is I was on a water diet. So I was only taking in water for 60 days straight. I wasn't drinking any juice, soda, or milk for 60 days, literally. And I had a 1 gallon, jug of water that I was drinking. Whenever I got a hunger crave, I would just chug the water and then it would go away. With the diet, man, it just was like, the guy has like 25 different meals, so you never get bored. One day I might have fish. One day I might have broccoli and fish and rice, and it's super small. I might have a healthy wrap with, grilled chicken. I might have like yogurt and a banana. I might have granola with cut up mango, strawberry, and this. He has a bunch of different meals, so you never get, bored of it. And like I said, between that time, I told you the guy told me like he thought I should lose weight, and then I was able to meet Milo Academy, the workouts. Between that and the diet, man, and it just those 8 weeks, it's just like night and day, man, honestly. So, yeah.
And you said you lost what, 20 pounds?
I had lost 25 pounds.
25 pounds. Wow. Within just 2 months, 60
exactly.
days.
In 2 months, exactly.
It's crazy.
Yep.
All right, man.
That's what happens when you go from not training to training 5 days a week, and then from dieting to not dieting. It comes off you, man. It just that showed me, and because I haven't felt that good in 7 years, that showed me the difference between working just okay and working hard. There's a difference.
Okay.
So,
all right. So now you're playing in a Mexican league. What the Indonesian basketball fans would like to know is that maybe you already heard that the IBL, the Indonesian Basketball League, planning to resume the season again in October. And the Indonesian fans wants to know, how does the league in the other countries run the competition during this pandemic? Can you tell us a little bit, maybe first of all, what made you decide to play in Mexico? I mean, in terms of your concern about the health and all these COVID-19 things. I mean, what decision did you make that you can sure yourself that it's okay to play in Mexico?
Well, first of all, you know, a lot of leagues aren't starting yet. So I wanted to, you know, when I was doing that training and that diet, I didn't want it to go for naught. So I started with my agent, you know, we started trying to look at other options of where I could play. And my wife, you know, I always have a little bucket list when I'm playing of places I want to play. You know, my wife happens to be Mexican, so I thought it was going to be a cool idea to actually get a chance to play in Mexico and perhaps in front of her family. I mean, this was before we knew about COVID-19. So, you know, the decision was easy when the offer came up. I was like, you know what, I'm in shape. I want to keep playing. You know, me being a young, healthy athlete, I know that the COVID-19 doesn't affect people like me as much because we're young, we're athletic, we're healthy, we don't have any pre-existing conditions. So for me, it was kind of a easy decision. My family wasn't coming with me, so they didn't have to be at risk, my wife and my son. It was just going to be me, the young, healthy athlete. So I thought it was an easy decision to come here and play. Now, in terms of, you know, what they do, I mean, they test us regularly. Like, sorry about that. They test us regularly. My wife is calling. They test us very regularly. We get tested every week. We have to do the nose test, the swab. We have to have our temperatures taken every single day. We have a special watch. Let me show you guys this so you guys know. It's kind of like the NBA watch. This watch, basically, so I want to show you, it checks your heart rate. It checks your, let's see here. It checks your heart rate, your beats per minute, and your blood oxygen level. So and it also has your temperature on here. So they're constantly monitoring us, like 3 times a day. We have to report all our vital signs. And they also check us when we come into the game. We have to have hand sanitizer ready. There's a little thing we have to walk through that sprays us down with like antibacterial disinfectant. And they take our temperature and mask everywhere. No fans. And we have to test, like I said, once a week. And we can't leave the hotel. I mean, they're taking this very seriously, and they're being very thorough about protecting us and others with the COVID-19 going on right now. So they're doing a really, really good job with it. So, yeah, that's kind of it.
But you travel. Your teams travel. You said that, you know, in this league you have to play home and away.
We do travel. Like I said, we travel. We test weekly. So basically before every game, we have to, every 2 games that we go, like as a matter of fact, we leave tomorrow morning at freaking 6 a.m. We have an away game on Tuesday, and because we have a 12-hour drive. So that's the other thing. We don't fly here because of COVID. Okay. They made everything a drive now because they just want the team to be together around. So everything is, you know, we do drive, we do travel, but like I said, no fans. Yeah. Okay. We're getting tested once a week. We only travel together on the bus, whoever got tested on the team. And they're doing a thorough job, man. I'm actually quite surprised that Mexico is this a behind the 8 ball, I should say, so to speak. You know, when I was back home, I had got tested once. So I'm like, it's kind of weird that Mexico, of all places you hear stigmatism about, they're actually, in my opinion, probably doing a better job than the U.S. with this. I mean, quite honestly. So they're being very, very thorough, man. If you were to have, if you were a fly on the wall, so to speak, and you were able to see what kind of testing and thorough stuff they're doing, you'd be quite surprised, honestly.
Okay.
So,
is there like a penalty for any team or official or players that break down the rules, or what kind of penalty?
Yes. Yeah, there's team fines. If you're caught outside the hotel, or on the road trip, if you're caught outside the hotel, your team gets a big fine, a big fine. So it's very serious, and they're doing a very good job of, like I said, keeping us protected as well as anybody else.
How did your team how do your team manage to control the the mobility or the movement of the players? You said that you stay in the hotels. Do they assign you like one player for each room, or you share rooms, or?
Yeah, we do. Like I said, we test once a week. We do share rooms because
Okay.
we test so frequently. We are able to be around each other and share rooms because we test frequently. As far as like where we're at now, like when we stay in our home city, like where we're from in Fresnillo, we all stay at one hotel. So like, I'm sure, the coaches stay here too. So you're not going to go out and do something stupid when the coach is on the same floor as you. So, it's pretty regulated. Everybody's here together in this hotel. I'm sure the front desk is going to let somebody know if somebody leaves the hotel. I mean, so you're pretty much in a bubble. You're not really, I haven't seen anybody else. I haven't gone outside. I've been literally from practice to games and back to the hotel. That's it for the last 5 weeks. So it's pretty regulated and it's pretty monitored, pretty good.
Your sentiment as a player, as a young, as you said, as young, athletic, and active, players, right? You feel that you're confident that you'll be able to manage, the infection of the virus, shall it happen, because you have less risky compared to like youngster or compared to the older people. Is this the same sentiment that also shared by other basketball players?
I mean, I can't really speak for them. I mean, most guys that I talk to, they say things like that. They'll say, we're young, we're healthy, we should be fine. Like, we're the lower risk people, the lowest risk, you should say. I mean, you always got to take preventative measures, though. I wear my mask. I've got my hand sanitizer in here. So, I mean, I still take all the precautions. I don't take off my mask until I get back to the room. I hand sanitize my hands probably 20 times a day now and shit. So, I mean, it's not like I'm not being cautious. And, obviously when I go back home, when the season's over, I'm going to do the same thing. When I left Indonesia, I'm going to quarantine for 2 weeks away from my family. And so I don't, bring anything back if I'm asymptomatic or whatever, but that, like I said, they test us so regularly that, I mean, once a week, you're pretty much knowing everything pretty much day by day almost of are you positive or not. So, like I said, they're testing us so regularly that, we'll catch something pretty early if it happens because they're testing so frequently.
Right. All right, Dior, thank you so much for your information. Thank you so much for your sharing your experience playing in Mexico. It must be a really, really good information for all of basketball fans here in Indonesia. Speaking of continuation of the IBL, do you have any words for your teammates in Pelita Jaya for the continuation of the league?
Yeah, man. Like, just, honestly, I'm looking forward to them using this as a platform for the next season. And hopefully, I don't know when it's supposed to start, January, February, March, whatever it is. I'm just hoping they use this as a platform to jumpstart for next year, because, unfortunately, the way, it was handled, it's just kind of bittersweet, because it's like, it's going to be a 2-week season, and it's like, without imports, it's just, honestly, in my opinion, it's totally opposite of what I thought was going to happen. I honestly thought, and I don't want to talk about it too much, but I honestly thought either they were going to cancel the season completely and just either cancel the season. I thought they were going to cancel the season and give the trophy to whoever was in first place, or I thought they were going to finish the season like Taiwan did with no fans, or the fourth option was to resume the season with everybody. But they really went to an option that I didn't think was going to happen where, they restarting the season, but it's going to be 2 weeks and without imports. So it's kind of, for me, it's kind of going to be a weird thing for a 2-week champion, So all I can say is, best of luck to PJ. I know they're working hard. I hope I hope they use this little 2-week tournament, championship, whatever you want to call it, to help, get them ready for the next season, the next full season, when everybody's back in full force, so to speak.
All right.
So.
All right, thank you. We all pray for the end of this pandemic really soon, so that we can resume all this basketball competition in full season, as you said, sooner than we expected to be. Thank you, Dior. Stay safe in Mexico, and then keep in touch.
I will keep in touch, Reedy. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Good
Thanks,
to hearing from you. Stay safe, man.
Bye-bye.